Hi, this is Jody from MCPactions.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Magic Bloggit Board actions. First thing you'll want to do is install your action set per my instructions in my Installing Actions video. Then once you have your actions installed and loaded into Photoshop, you're going to go ahead and go to your actions palette and open them up. So you're going to click on this little arrow right here and it will bring you your drop down of all your actions in this set. And what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you real quick how this all works. We have this set is composed of 3 sections: the Magic Bloggit boards, the branding bars, and lastly the reformatting actions. And what you're going to do is select, one of the first things you're going to do is select the Magic Bloggit board action that you want to use. So we'll go ahead and select this here. And what we're going to do is then click play. And it's going to run through the action and build your Bloggit board, and you'll see how quick that was. Now the next message says, in the next pop-up, navigate your way to the photo that you want to use on the left side. Once it's in, hold the shift key down and drag the corner to resize it. Then move it into the location. Click the check mark at the toolbar on the top to move on. So we're going to go ahead and click continue here and select our photo. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. You'll see it will put it right in the middle each time, and all you do is hold your mouse down and drag it to a corner so that you can then hold your shift key down, pull on one of the 4 corners to resize. And you can resize up or down depending on the photo and how it fits in. So once you have it in there like you like, move it around, make sure it's in there how you desire, and then click on this check mark at the top. That will bring up your next box, which will tell you where your next photo goes and how to do it. Mostly you'll just need to know where it goes. So top right, and for the top right photo, let's go ahead and select this. It does not necessarily need to be a horizontal picture. We're going to pick a vertical here, mainly so I can show you how it works. Now you'll see if we put the vertical in, it doesn't take up all the space. So we'll position it how we desire. For this one, I actually want to focus on the garter, and I'm going to actually drag it down to resize it. Because it uses smart objects, it's not going to be distorting anything, and you're welcome to put your high-res photos in. They'll automatically resize to be in this board the right size. So once we have this in, we can move it around. Once we really like the positioning and where it is, we go ahead and click the check mark up at the top. Lastly, it's going to put the bottom right photo in, and I'm going to go ahead and select this one where she's getting makeup put on. And again, because we picked a vertical picture for a horizontal spot, I'm going to have to increase the size a little bit. And once I get it in there how I like, again, I'll just click the check mark. Super easy. The next thing you're going to do, if desired, is add a branding bar. The branding bars, you can add a space at the top and bottom in white, black, or gray, or you can add a space at just the top, just the bottom, or the left or right. So look at the bars and decide which one you want. For this one, let's go ahead and add it to the bottom, and let's add a black bar. So we're going to do bottom up branding bar black and click play. And once it's done, you can either stop it if you want to type in a message, if you want to just type in your company's name or copyright symbol, anything like that on the bar, or then click stop. If you want to use a logo you already have made that would fit nicely in a bar format, go ahead and click continue. And what will happen is your photos will pull up right where you left off, but if you have it in a different section, all you'll need to do is navigate your way there. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate my way to where I have a logo that would fit well for this picture. And these photos I'm using in this example are from Mark Eric Photography. And I need to go to this section right here. Okay, so I have his logo here, so I'm going to put his logo on. You'll see it puts it again right in the middle. I just need to hold my shift key down and drag one of the 4 corners to resize it, and then drag it in. And you can do the dragging first or second, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to keep dragging it in, and you'll see it fits very nicely in this bar. You can also just put a logo with the same insertion in the corner if you want to do one of the 4 corners. Once you're done, click the check mark, and you'll see we're done. It looks perfect for a website. Last step we need to do is go ahead and reformat it for your specific blog size. So these are rounded to the nearest 50. So you have a 500, 550, 600, 650, 700, 750, 800, 850, and the default is already at 900 pixel wide. So pick whichever one's just slightly smaller than your actual blog. or you're welcome to size it yourself, to resize the width yourself. So say our blog is 750 pixels wide. We just click play and it'll resize it. You would then come up here and just go ahead and save as and save your creation. And I'm clicking out of that so I don't save it right now, but okay, perfect. So that's all you need to do. Now, say you wanted to change the borders in here. You need to do that before you use the branding bar. So I'm going to go back up into my history and I'm going to come in. Oh, let's see. Not that many steps here. Okay, before it flattened, we will automatically by default, once it's done running, it'll be on this layer called Add Layer Style to change color. And you come in and literally click the layer style icon right here. Click on Color Overlay. And then by default, it comes up this wonderful bright red. Not. And click on the red. Let's say we want it white instead of black. You would just click on here and then click OK. I'm going to click OK. And let's pretend we wanted it white and we don't have a logo made that would fit a branding bar box, you know, that type of format. We could then come in under our actions and we could select, say we wanted to select, let's do the bottom and top white. And it would add bottom and top white. And let's click stop instead of continue. If you click continue, it'll navigate your way to your logo. So let's click stop. And now let's go ahead with black ink and use our type tool. And you could just type in here something like the word love or, let's see, we could type in wedding day. And then let's come in here and make the text a little bit bigger. Like that. And you could do that on one side. And you could type in some, I'm making up some pretty cheesy text right now, but you get the idea. You could type in love down here or something. So you can see that you can actually use text and you can use your move tool to move it around. You can use text, you can insert logos, you can use these however you wish. You could also put the name of the wedding party on there if you're going to put it on your blog and you want to actually have the name of whose wedding it was, something like that. So it gives you a lot of different options with your branding bars. Last step again would just be to come in here and resize it with the reformatting actions and you would be good to go. That's about it. Now, if you're looking for a few more advanced skills, there are some other advanced things we can do with these boards. Let's go back to our building boards. And let's go ahead with the 16 opening. I'm going to just build it real quick. And you'll see how fast that builds. I'm not going to insert photos right this second. I'm going to go ahead and click stop. Normally you would insert photos, of course, but I'm going to click stop and not insert them, which means you could manually insert them yourself, of course, but you wouldn't want to. You might as well use this. It's much better. But say that you've got your board built and pretend there's pictures in each of these spots, but you wanted only 12 openings and I don't have a 12 opening one. You could actually come in here after you've inserted all your photos and actually come in here like this and line it up just like that. And then go ahead and go under image crop. And now you have a 12 opening one. You would definitely want to go ahead and insert your photos first before doing this. But you can actually use this 12 opening one to do all kinds of configurations, which is great because it really expands the set. So you can see that would be a 12 opening one. But you could also come in up in here and you could do something like this, if this fits a format you've got really well, and crop it like that. And you've got an 8 opening one going down. So there's lots and lots of options. So enjoy playing. There's so many things you can do besides what's even in the set. And the only other thing I could think of to show you is the last thing is if you want to add a color square. Let me show you real quick an example that uses a color square. And here's an example I just opened of a picture that uses the color square. What I did to do this is I actually made, or a color shape anyway, I actually went ahead before I started the box. I knew I was going to want not to use all these openings because I only had 6 pictures to use and I knew I had 7 openings here. What I did was I went and created a new document. So I went under File New And I just created like a 900, I knew this would be a little bit big, but a 900 by 900 at 72 dpi square. Then I dumped a color in that I knew would match. So I went and I matched up a color and used the paint bucket tool right here and dumped it in. So you could make any color you wanted and then just come in and dump it in. And once it's dumped in, we can go back to our example here. Then when it's time to insert that spot, so it would have been like the third spot probably or fourth spot to get inserted, when it says the middle left spot for this example, I would have inserted that picture, which would just be that solid square, and it would fit nicely in here no matter what size it was. Then at the end, after the whole board was done, then I would just come in and type some text if I desired text. So that's how you add a color square, which is very easy as well. The last thing I want to show you is what do you do if you run into trouble with these Blogget boards? Well, you shouldn't, but let's say you decide you want to switch places of a picture. So let's say you want to switch the left picture, which is up here, with the right picture, which is down here. You can definitely do that. First thing you want to do is select the photo, so this is your left photo, and drag it to the positioning where the right one will be. So once you see your mouse turn to an arrow over that picture, you can let go. Secondly, drag it over down under where it says the right picture, where that clipping mask is with the arrow. So you want it under the picture that's already there. And then lastly, turn off the picture that's there, that was in that spot. Then you can go ahead and reposition your photo. Then you'll want to take the one that was there before, drag, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, and turn it on. Drag it over to this position right here, and then drag it up to the left position, which is right here. Now we need to add a clipping mask again. We need it above it actually. There's no clipping mask now, which is built in automatically. So actually you can see it's on there, but it's hard to tell because it's already got a border of its own. See how if I move it, you can see there's a border around it? So it's not truly in to the spot right now. Here, I'll move it there so you can see. What we need to do is we need to add a clipping mask. To do that, you're going to Option or Alt and hold it down. Hold your Option Alt key down while you go between this image and the spot you need it in, which is left. And then click. Now it's in your board with the clipping mask, so you can move it around wherever you want and it won't overlap. And that's all there is to it. If you ever lose a clipping mask by accident when you're playing around, that's how you add a clipping mask back, is just hold your Alt or Option key down in between the two. It turns into that funny symbol with like two little circles and an arrow, and then click, and it'll add your clipping mask back. It doesn't happen often, but it can if you're playing around and moving things around a lot. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed my tutorial and we'll have fun building your Blogget boards. I can guarantee you the length of this video, you could probably have done about 8 or 10 Blogget boards in that time. So get them ready for the web, and I can't wait to see your examples. Thank you.